Good morning, boys and girls. Miss Kim here. As you see behind me, I've set up a tent. Our lessons this week have been about camping, and I'm going to read a story to you about the Martin family, but I want to show you a couple of things that I have. Of course, I've got my yellow camp chair here. Kind of reminds me of the sunshine, and I see a little sunshine today, so I'm glad of that. I have my tent. I have my cooler for my cold foods and to have cold water. I got some bread and some chips to make a sandwich in my picnic basket. But when it's time for bed, I'm gonna need a sleeping bag and I'm gonna need a tent. But let's go ahead and read our story about Jake and his family getting ready to go camping. Yay, said Emma, and Jake cheered as Dad stopped the van at the beautiful campsite at Silver Lake. Emma jumped out of the van. This is such a fun place. Mom sat looking at the lake and the surrounding mountains. I sure do love the view. And Max, their dog, he started to bark because he was so glad to be outside of the car again. All right, Martin family, said Dad, we all work together to pack for our trip. So before we begin exploring, let's get that teamwork in place to set up our campsite. Hip hip hooray for the Martin team, yelled Jake. The Martins joked and laughed as they worked. Together, they quickly unloaded the van. That didn't take long. I think it's faster to take everything out of the van than it is to pack it in there, said Emma. Dad and Jake set up the tent, and before long the sleeping bags were in the tent. The food was organized and carefully stored, and the picnic table and food were all set up in their place. Lanterns were hung and ready to light when the sun went down. The Martins were ready to begin their fun week at the lake. The boat needs to be taken to the dock before it gets dark, said Dad. Who wants to go with me to take the boat down to the lake? I do, said Jake and Emma together. Dad looked at his watch. I think we might have time to take a quick boat ride before dinner. What do you think, sweetheart? That sounds like a great idea, said Mom. Let's all go. Jake cheered, yippee! Can Max come too? Max began to bark when he heard his name. We wouldn't want to leave Max behind. Grab those life jackets and let's head down to the lake. One boat ride coming up. So Jake and his family were getting ready to go camping, but before they went to bed that night and for dinner, they got ready to have a boat ride on the lake. So I want to sing a little song to you before we go. A camping we will go, a camping we will go, hi-ho the dairy-o, a camping we will go. We'll pack a tent and food, we'll pack a tent and food, hi-ho the dairy-o, we'll pack a tent and food. We'll put our tent up here, we'll put our tent up here, hi-ho the dairy-o, a camping we will go. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that story today, and I'll be back to read to you later. Bye-bye.